we're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
What's good with y'all? Today we finna talk about the worst siblings, man. And I know some of you have siblings, and I know some of you have terrible siblings, so this video might hit. And after we talk about, we gonna rank each sibling on a scale, a sibling scale. What should we do? Give them grades or something? Let's give them grades. That's nice. Let's get into it though. Now, starting off, we got one of the biggest op siblings in fiction, and I'm talking about Candace. Now, Candace was a diabolical human to the point where anytime Phineas and Ferb were doing something remotely creative, building in the backyard, just getting to the bread, she was always talking about, Mom, Phineas and Ferb. Like, come on, bro. Why is you hating like that? You D1 with it. Like, I remember there was a whole episode. Phineas and Ferb was going on like world tour around their town. The tri-state area was jumping. They was getting themselves out the hood. It was with that Aglet song. I remember the episode. That song was too lit. A-G-L-E-T. But Candace got on stage with that Aglet. She was about to sing, but then she realized she was a hater. I'm telling y'all. Then she was like, wait a minute, I don't want to do this. I gotta bust you guys. Yeah, she used to say that for real. And I know the reason she was probably mad. It was probably because they wrote her with that weak fit 24/7, bro. That tennis racket birdie fit. I would be mad too, man. And now that I think about it, it's like, what were their parents gonna do that she was so set on busting them for, bro? At least they were doing something with their lives. They wasn't just sitting around in that house, but she just wanted to hate. I'm telling y'all, this is a terrible sibling. Candace doing all that for what, bro? If Candace was my sister, bro, we shooting the 30, bro. We running a fade for sure, for sure. But I don't hit women or anything, so I rock, paper, scissors. You know, compared to some of the people we talking about today, Candace ain't that bad, so I'm gonna give her a B-. Now for this one, we have a true villain, a true master evil sibling at work, and I'm talking about Rodrick Heffley. Now if y'all don't know Rodrick, he's the big brother of Greg Heffley in the show Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Movie, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. And bro's whole purpose is to make Greg's life miserable. We got two scenes to break down. For this first scene, Rodrick just hovered over my boy Greg, talking about, Greg, wake up. Absolutely spooking this man out his dream. But then he's like, hey Greg, we gotta get ready for school, the bus outside and everything. Look at your time. So my boy Greg runs down in his drawers and everything. He worrying, stressing. He opening up cabinets, hopping in them, pouring the milk all in his mouth, just tweaking out, bro, because he trying to get ready for school. He just making a mess in the kitchen, bro. And so bro knocks down a chair and his dad jumps down. It's like, what is you doing? And Greg, like Rodrick, his big brother told him, he just getting ready for school. And it turns out it's 4 a.m. in the morning, bro. And not only that, his dad tells him that school don't even start until another week. And because Greg Heffley ended up waking up his brother and his mom and stuff, he was like, wait a minute, I ain't gonna take the blame. So Greg tells his parents, he like, hey, Rodrick just told me, the evil big brother. And they go upstairs. This man Rodrick is just sound asleep in his room, bro. And Greg like, I swear it was him. And then he had the nerve to pop a smirk while he was laying there, bro. Do you understand how heated I would be? No. Greg not doing this right. As a little brother, I'm swinging on him while he's sleeping. Now this next scene had to be worse. So to break it down, Greg and Rodrick got sent with their grandparents in this like retirement home thing, right? My boy Greg was writing in his diary about his crush Holly, who happened to be there too. So one day he was sleeping and he heard Rodrick literally reading him what he wrote down in his diary about her. And he was like, you know what, you not finna get this, and started running with it. And so then this man Rodrick, like the elder brother he is, saw Holly on cam like it was Among Us or something, and said, you know what, I'm finna give it to her. So my boy Rodrick was running down the hall. Greg was chasing him in his undies per usual. I don't know why Greg always in his drawers. But it got to the point where this man Greg was chasing him throughout the building with all these people around. So Greg pulled a 100 IQ play and was hiding in bushes like Fortnite or something, and he ended up getting his diary back. But like I said, Rodrick is evil, so he said, you know what, I got something better planned, and went on cams again so he could get footage of this man running around the building in his drawers. Now meanwhile, Greg got his diary back and he's sprinting across the place, and he ends up in a bathroom. But what happened next was a nightmare, because bro was in the old lady's bathroom, dog. And as he was scoping out the scenery on some horror movie mess, this old lady just popped her eye in the stall crack, bro. This is scary. And they started reaching into the stall, trying to beat him up and stuff, talking about, there's a peeping Tom in here, bro. This is a horror movie, bro. Like, this is one of my worst nightmares. And then if that wasn't bad enough, because of Rodrick, mind you, this old lady grabbed him and they started touching on him and jumping him, bro. Like, oh my goodness, this is nasty. I don't know, this is But after he escaped and he got back to the room, Rodrick was sitting there waiting for him with the DVD recording of him running around the freaking retirement home in his drawers, bruh. He was like, you know what, Holly's gonna get a hold of this. Like, I'm telling y'all, Rodrick took this evil big brother stuff to new heights off this gang. Running around in your drawers in a retirement home, Holly saw him. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, Rodrick, D- for Big Brother. He had his moments where he was cool, but this is just out of pocket. Now this right here is probably the most controversial take, but I think Itachi is a terrible Big Brother. Now hear me out. Now if you don't know, Itachi is one of the coldest characters from this anime called Naruto, and he murked his whole clan, his whole fam, in front of his brother, Sasuke. Well, not the whole clan. He only murked his parents in front of his brother. And sure, that's W Big Brother for leaving his little brother alive, but does that really make it anything better considering all the other stuff? And after watching the show, we understand he did all this to protect his brother, but still, this is kind of crazy work. He made his little bro watch his parents' death 518,000 times. I did my research. But I'm looking in regards to the impact this had on Sasuke. Because of this man, he became an emo rock star, dressing up as Batman, leaving the village and getting into some trouble. Let's just say that. And if I was Sasuke and this happened to me, skip revenge on my brother. I'm gonna get revenge and blow up the village. Ain't nobody gonna survive. And going to other reasons of why he was at L, he ain't never have to violate Sasuke like he did. The first time they seen each other again after the incident, Itachi just bullied this man. Like straight up embarrassed him in front of his rival Naruto. He didn't give him no type of hug, no nothing. He was focused on the mission. And honestly, I feel like Itachi had poor execution, great intentions for his brother. But still, what he did was wicked, bro. I'm giving him an F. I'm sorry, bro. I love Itachi. That's one of my favorite characters. But he's an F as a brother. Now, continuing on, I gotta talk about Azula. Now, if you've never watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, Azula was sister to character Zuko, and they had a strange relationship, you feel me? Not like that. Like, even since they was a kid, Azula was kind of just evil and manipulated towards bro. Like, I remember there was one time, she peeped that this one girl had a crush on her brother, and so she decided, I'm going to embarrass him. And she had the little girl put an apple on her head and shot fire on it, making this man Zuko, her brother, tackle her into the pond, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, this is wicked work for a child. So later on, Zuko and Azula were sneaking in, listening to a meeting between their dad and their grandfather, who was the Fire Lord. And so Grandpop started tweaking out on him, and he scared Zuko, so that boy ran away. But Azula stayed and listened. So that night when Zuko was laying peacefully in his bed, Azula came in there talking all this nonsense, scaring bro, talking about, Dad's gonna sacrifice you, you're done, your life's over with. And my boy Zuko was spooked just like any other kid would be. Mind you, you gotta be real diabolical to make your sibling believe something like this. And later that day when they mom disappeared and Zuko was looking for her, she had his knife and bro was trying to get it back, and she was like, who gonna make me give it back, mom? And this is what I'm talking about. She was so terrible to this man. And that was just as a kid, because when they got older, she was really throwing phase with this man, trying to end his life. Like, I remember she pulled up on bro at the air temple talking about she was about to celebrate being the only child and started blasting at this man. Like, yo, she had no remorse. She did not care. And I really don't think she ever cared about bro. Like, she really only cared about power and status. And the only time she showed some love towards Zuko was when she had to keep him around for real. I'm not gonna lie, Azula sitting at a cool D-. And one that just crossed my mind, bro. Frick this man Scar, bro. What he did to Mufasa is crazy, bro. Why would he do that to Mufasa, bro? This is betrayal. That was his brother, bruh. Hey, but for real though, that's all I really got for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed, man. Hey, but follow my Twitch in the description, y'all. We gonna do some cool stuff live. We gonna get active, bro. I'm telling y'all, I'm a funny guy. Y'all might mess with the streams, so we gonna run it up on there. Follow the Twitch. That's all I'm gonna say, really, to end this video. THRUCREW 5L. God bless y'all. And we out. What the freak did I just do?